All right, guys. In this episode of Rusty Duck Garage, we're going to talk about wheels and tires. Wheels and tires really make the vehicle. On this 1973 C10 here, you can see I got the white wall tires and the little factory hubcaps on that truck. I also put the custom rear bumper on it. When I originally bought the truck, after cleaning it up and whatnot, I decided to put a set of 15/8 rally wheels on it, pickup rally wheels. I really like those, but for whatever reason, they just didn't seem to fit on this truck. I never really liked it. So I went back with the original wheels and tires and hubcaps and the white wall tires, and I think it turned out really nice. A lot of options you can do. On the 1967 El Camino that I have, when I purchased it, it had a set of Super Sport hubcaps on it off of a 63-64 Impala, which looked okay. But we got the car running, and I started cleaning up, and I pulled those hubcaps off, and I really didn't like them because they just were not the correct hubcaps for the car. So I installed the factory wheels were left on it without the hubcaps, just for a look there. And then I installed a couple of the poverty cup caps, also known as the dog dish hubcaps on it, just to see how that looked. I really liked the look, but I really kind of wanted something more than that. And the other reason was I only had 2 of the dog dish hubcaps. I didn't have 4. I purchased the American Racing wheels. I bought a 245 60-15 front tire with a 15x8 wheel. And on the back, the fronts were a 15x7 wheel. On the rear, I put a 275 60-15 Cooper Cobra radial tire on it on a 15x8 wheel with a 4-inch back spacing. I think the wheel turned out very nice on this car. I think the combination overall is very good. But I'm keeping the original wheels and the dog dish poverty hubcaps, and I may put them back on it someday just to change it up. It kind of depends on the event that you're going to, or I don't know, maybe it's the mood that you're in. But I really like the American Racing wheels on this car the best. When I purchased the 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner, it had these steel wheels on it with a set of Dunlop radial GT qualifier tires from the 80s. The tires were rotten, and the wheels were very outdated. They were blue in the center, steel wheels that were in decent shape, but definitely was not the style of wheel that I liked on the car. I pulled those wheels off and put them on Craigslist for sale, and within a few minutes, I had a buyer. I would have liked to have put in a set of the original wheels and hubcaps on the car with a white wall tire, or red line tire would even be better. But it's very difficult to find those wheels quickly and the hubcaps for a reasonable price. So, similar to the 67 El Camino, I bought a set of American Racing wheels, the Torque Thrust 2s. These wheels are a great value, around $115 a piece. On this one, I went with a 15x7 on the front with a 245 60-15. On the rear of the car, I purchased the 15x8 wheels. I did order a 4.5-inch backspace on this wheel. Looking back on it, I had room for a 4-inch backspace, which would have gave it more of a lip, and I think would have looked a little bit better. I'm not dissatisfied with these wheels, but I think it could have looked a little bit better. I also went with a 275 60-15 tire on the back of this car. Overall, very pleased with the look of the car. I think it fills out the wheel wells nicely. And then there's our 1979 Chevrolet C10 Big 10. When we bought the truck, it had some mismatched tires and the stock wheels. The wheels have been painted, and they were in pretty decent shape, but they were missing hubcaps. So I applied a set of the dog dish poverty hubcaps that I have just to give it a look to see what it would look like with the hubcaps. And it actually looked pretty good. For a different look, I purchased a set of factory 15x8 half-ton rally wheels from the local wrecking yard. I paid $25 a piece for the wheels. I took them home, cleaned them up, scotch-brite them, and painted them with some Argent wheel paint. Then I also bought a set of trim rings off of Amazon for $68. And then I bought the center caps also off of Amazon, which are plastic, for $34. Not crazy about buying all the China stuff, but on these type of applications, you have to spend your money wisely. On this one, I decided to put the 245/60/15 in the front and the 275/60/15 in the rear. And these wheels were the original 15x8s that come on a lot of pickups and the old G30 vans. From the beginning, we decided that we were going to lower this truck. I installed a 4/6 drop kit. It's 4 inches in the front, 2-inch drop spindles, 2-inch springs. In the rear, we put a flip kit. And that is a 6-inch flip kit where we put the axle up on top of the springs. I think overall, it looks pretty good. I like the look without the drop kit, but I also really like the lowered look. We're planning to short bed this truck here in the near future, but I hope you like the look of it, and you can definitely see the different types of wheels and tires really make the truck. There's a lot of choices out there. You can spend a lot of money on wheels and tires, but you can also spend a reasonable amount of money and still have a good looking truck. And I think this truck came out very well, and as well as the others. When I purchased the 1968 C10, it already had the 15x8 rally wheels on it. The front tires are a little tall in my opinion. I'm going to put a little shorter tire on it to just give it a little rake. But I'm also going to put a set of 20x8 and 20x10 torque thrust wheels on this truck. And the tire size is yet to be determined. But we're just going to mix it up a little bit and change the looks on it. Just have a little fun with it. I can always put the rally wheels back on it. Well, I sure hope that you enjoyed this episode of Rusty Duck Garage. And if you would, please hit that like button. That really helps us out. And hit that subscribe button. And we'll continue to make these videos. Enjoy. Thank you.